Hey guys, welcome back to the WODdoc. Project 365, episode 1285, maybe it's 86, one of those. Guys, if you follow along on YouTube, jump on over to the WODdoc.com. Check out all of our full-length videos. That's where we house them. Also, check out our YouTube channel if you're not checking it out on YouTube. What I'm talking about today is recovering from a spin class. I recently started doing some additional exercise in SoulCycle. One of the things that I noticed, it was like, a self-reflection, was how sore I got in my anterior hip capsules. And, again, through self-reflection, the reason I think it happens, because I do a decent amount of biking, is because it's the first time I've ever been clipped in, especially clipped in for an hour-long period on a bike pedaling, okay? And the difference there, guys, is that the emphasis on the upstroke, if I'm, again, picture that I'm on the bike here. Normally, if we're not clipped in, you just get the power on the way down, but there's no power on the way up, right? So you're kind of just lifting your leg weight up, whatever that might be, on the way up. Much less intense than when you're pulling the pedal up because you're clipped in, right? So this is one of the things that many of the spin class do. They have you on, they have you wearing bike shoes, which keeps you clipped in. And now you're emphasizing the upstroke as well. Puts a lot of pressure onto that anterior hip and a lot of pressure onto those anterior hip flexors, right? So I'm going to show you a way that you could come home after, being at your spin class, because let's face it, our recovery time is like a couple minutes, 3 to 5 minutes there. So when you get home, you might want to do a couple additional things, and here are some things that you could do. First and foremost, what we're going to do here is we're just going to get onto our sides. I'll show you guys from the side. We're just going to get onto our heels and put our butt down into our heels, drive our ankle flat down. All right. The reason why we're doing this, because one of the things that you never probably have worked is how much you're going to be lifting up your toes, how much you're going to be dorsiflexing your ankle. And now with being clipped in on the front of your foot, you're always pulling up. This anterior portion of your shin definitely could be something that gets overworked. So we're just going to spend 2 minutes right here. Now you can go ahead and you could jostle from one side to the other as you smash kind of those ankles down into the ground, right? We're just pushing them into what's called a plantar flex position, all right? Now, after you get into this position, it becomes very simple to flow to the next position. So if I'm here, I spend 2 minutes here, I'm just going to step up onto one heel, the trail leg is going to go behind, and I'm going to drive my hip forward. There's a difference here, guys. I want you guys to be able to watch my belt line right here. I'm not doing this. Do you see how my belt line now is pointing down towards the ground? What I'm doing here is I'm keeping my belt line flat, and I'm driving it towards my opposite knee. All right, that will give me a nice little stretch into this anterior hip capsule, but it'll allow me to get the one joint hip flexors because I'm keeping the knee bent, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna drive into this position. I'm gonna hold that position for 1 minute. After I do that, when that 1 minute is up, I'm gonna reach back, I'm gonna grab my ankle or foot back here, and this is where I'm gonna drive with my heel. I'm gonna drive my heel towards my butt. See how I'm pulling my heel towards my butt? That is my third stretch of 1 minute, okay? So the whole thing takes 4 minutes, technically 6 minutes, right? So we're gonna spend 2 minutes right here. We're gonna spend 1 minute on each side in this drive position. And then we're gonna spend 1 minute on each side where we go from the drive position to bending that heel towards the butt, okay? So try to do that if you're a new person, especially with the New Year's resolutions going on. If you're new into that spin class arena, try this out, and I bet you're gonna feel a lot better the next day. Because I'll tell you one thing: the first time I did it, I was super sore coming out of spin class. Okay, so questions, comments, please post them below. If you'd like to see more videos like this, throw a comment and a like below, and I'll get back to you. I'll get different concepts out there for you. All right. Guys, each and every day we are here, and until tomorrow, we are optimizing function to optimize performance.